Hey guys, James here with Waterford Business Solutions. And while we typically talk about more financial related things, one of the biggest factors that many of our businesses have is talent, and more so talent retention. Hiring employees, training employees, keeping good employees, and everything like that. And ultimately, that's a huge money factor for a lot of businesses. The money that it takes to find a good employee, whether it be through advertising, whether it be through networking, whether it be through just your time in general, is a lot. And then you've got, for most of our clients, at least a month, if not more, of training that client. I mean, if we're bringing in an apprentice and training them up to be a full journeyman or an independent guy working for you, that could be several years of investment that you have in getting these guys put together. So it's super important to make sure that we retain these employees. So this week we wanted to go into and dive into talking about retaining good employees. Ultimately, anytime we are dealing with retaining employees, historically the best way to hold on to good employees is to invest in them. Show them that you care, give them something to work for. Just give them something in addition to a job. Anytime an employee is just coming in to make a paycheck, there's always someone else out there that can pay them just as much, if not more. So you've got to invest in that employee, you've got to invest in their experience, you've got to invest in the workplace, you've got to invest in their future. There's a lot of different ways to invest in them. And as your business gets older and more mature, there's more things that you can do. But I kind of want to start and take this video as if you're a brand new business and you find an employee and you want to hold on to them. What can you do as a brand new business? You may not have the cash flow or anything to be offering huge benefits or anything like that, but what can you do outside of just offering benefits? Well, the biggest thing you can do is really just showing appreciation, satisfaction, even small things like pick them up a cup of coffee or figure out what their favorite donut is or something like that, and bring that in every once in a while. Spend some time investing in them. If you're going to training, make sure that you're coming back from that training and spending time with your employees, passing along that knowledge and helping the employees learn and better themselves. Little things like that can go a long way. And it's not an expensive item to do. It's really, you're already doing the training. A dozen donuts is $15 to $20. It's not huge expenses here, but it shows little glimpses of appreciation and little glimpses of satisfaction that really go a long way with employees. Having a positive work environment is always going to be very beneficial to retaining good talent. And having the retention of that talent saves you a lot of money in the long run. So spending a little bit up front to get a long-term huge benefit is going to really help you out there. The other thing that I see a lot of businesses always fail to do is just openness. A lot of times employees, they're going to know what you're charging. They're going to know, oh, well, I'm out here charging $150 an hour, but I'm only being paid $22 an hour. So what's happening to that other $133? Like, what's going on with that money? I need that money. I want that money. Why can't I have that money? They start thinking that, and they wonder, well, if I go out on my own or if I go someplace else and I make more money, then it's more money in my pocket. A small thing that goes a long way is being open. Yes, they're going to see generally your price book because they're going to be out there invoicing, they're going to see the pricing, they're going to be taking payment, and if you're not allowing them to see it, you're just making it harder on yourself. So being open with the employees and being like, yeah, you're only making $22 an hour, but helping them understand that while they might only be making $22 an hour, between the workers' comp, between all the employer taxes that you're paying, they're really costing you more like $25 an hour. Plus you've got overhead, you've got insurances, I have a lot of clients that they have a guy that's wanting to go out on his own. They think they can make more money, and they'll have me sit down with the guy to do a new business consult. And we go through, not with my goal being to deter them from doing this. Like, if that's what they want to do, I'm here to help them with that. But more to educate them on what all goes into running and operating a business. Because so many people have in their head, oh, I can just go out and charge $150 an hour, and now I'm making $150 an hour. But they don't understand all the background stuff. So you being open and working with the employees to understand that can be a great way to benefit them. You being willing to explain where the money's going, and not dime for dime. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, on that $150 an hour, I'm making a 20% net profit. I mean, they don't need to know you're making $30, but you can tell them that. I mean, if you're making $30 and they're only making 20, there's not a huge difference there. So it doesn't hurt to be that open with them. Now, different employees are going to be a little bit different here, and it is going to be, you've got to feel it out. You got to kind of take a look here, think through it, etc., etc. But it is something that helps, and you should really take a look at there kind of across the board. So openness is a thing that I've seen go a long way for a lot of clients, a lot of businesses. If you are honest, if you are straightforward, if you are open with your employees, and you outline exactly how everything's working, exactly how everything works on the back end, what things are costing. Yes, we charge this, but that money goes to A, B, C, D, and E. The struggles that you're doing, and again, they don't need to know everything, but a little bit of that insight goes a long way. Another thing that you can do that really doesn't cost you anything is be involved. It's something that I heard all the time growing up. I heard all the time kind of going through managerial training and everything like that. Never ask someone to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. So if you have to go out and run service calls, go do it. If you have to hop on the phone and answer the phone, go do it. You don't have to be an expert in it, but just be willing to do it. And that goes a long way to showing employees that you care, that you want to work with them, that you want to help them. And that doesn't cost you a thing other than your time, but if no one else is available for it, it's got to be done one way or the other. So you filling in there is a great way to show your dedication and involvement to everyone. So very little money, small tokens of appreciation, little breakfasts, little things like that, little gifts here and there, training, whether it be you training them yourselves or whether you're sending them to trainings, being open with them, explaining where the money's going, and then being a servant leader, going through and preaching what you say, doing what you say, helping where help is needed, not just pushing the labor off on them. Those are four cheap or free or inexpensive ways to build employee loyalty and build employee retention that really don't cost you anything. Now, beyond that, we do, again, want to invest in our employees. So paying for training, constantly sending them to training, helping them learn new skills, helping them learn new equipment, helping them learn new processes, that's going to, again, go a long way. Now, that's going to be a higher cost than you training them yourself. So you might not start out, or for a smaller business, you might not do that. But for a medium-sized business, that's a great way to help retain those employees. The other thing is not just a paycheck. And this sounds kind of counterintuitive, and I hear this complaint all the time from clients when we discuss this is, oh, my guys would rather be paid, get a raise than get benefits. But a lot of times the guys don't understand how the benefits can help them. So instead of just coming out here and saying, hey, we're going to offer this benefit to you, making sure that you're doing company meetings, you're bringing in breakfast, things like that, and explaining to the guys how benefit A, B, C, D, or E can assist them. And sometimes you can start out small. Offering medical insurance is a great way. It's a great draw for a lot of people. It's a great way to get people in. You don't have to cover 100% of it. You can cover 50% or 20% or 30% of it, but helping to cover that little bit for them. And maybe, again, you're a medium-sized business. I wouldn't do this right out the gate, but maybe you've got 2 trucks on the road, maybe 3, so we start offering medical benefits here, 2 employees, you're covering 50% of the employees. You're giving them some buy-in here. You're giving them a little bit of, hey, this company is helping me out. For me to leave this company, I lose this, and it makes it a little bit harder to leave the company. So as you continue growing, as you get larger, moving away from maybe just the 50% to 75 or 100% of employee coverage, or maybe you start covering spouses or dependents too, again, giving a little bit more buy-in here. It kind of sounds a little bit monopolistic, a little bit greedy where we say this, but by offering benefits that the employees are kind of buying into, by them leaving the company, that's money that's going to end up coming out of their pocket unless they can find another company that's going to be providing that. So they could find a company that's going to give them a $2 raise, but long term, what's it going to cost them in medical insurance? What's it going to cost? Things like that. And not all employees look at this, but that's why we have to sit down and educate them and explain, hey, this is the medical insurance we offer, this is how it works, this is the cost, yada, 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 so that they can understand how that works there. Same thing goes for offering a life insurance policy. Typically, offering a term life policy for as long as they work for the company. It's not a huge cost. It's generally, depending on the employee, $2, maybe $5 a month to offer a few thousand, $10,000, $20,000 of life insurance, and the employee would lose it once they leave the company. But if they were to die while they were working for you, it's a benefit that their family gets. It's small. It's not going to mean a ton to everyone, but again, we go to that education of, hey, in the event of a catastrophic issue or catastrophic death, you've got this benefit that will pay out to your family to assist them in that time. Because a lot of people don't have life insurance. So $10,000, that can go a long way to helping to cover funeral expenses or anything like that. It's morbid to think about, but it's just one extra thing that you can do that just really helps to set you above and beyond. You can also go through and retirement. This is a big one that I see so many people not do, and there's kind of 2 ways to do it, but offering a SEP IRA or a simple IRA where you're putting in 1% or matching 1% of their wages or something like that. And again, don't just do it. Don't just say, hey, here's this benefit. Sit them down at least once a year and kind of make sure they're understanding what it is, why it benefits them, why they should be looking at it, etc., and giving them a little bit extra there because once again, they've got an extra buy-in there. What I prefer is to do a 401k, have a 401k match in there, do a 2%, 3%, 5% match based off of what they're putting in, but also set that 401k up to a profit sharing plan. With a profit sharing plan, at the end of the year, going back to our openness, you can set some beginning of year goals saying, hey, I want to hit this revenue number, I want to hit this many trucks, I want to hit this many technicians, but set certain goals that you go over with the company and say, okay, if we can hit those goals, I'm going to do a revenue share. And at the end of the year, we take the profit that you have and we split it out however you choose to kind of want to split it out there. We'll split it out and pay out to the employees into their retirement. Now they've got to buy in to your company because by them helping you to reach their goal or the goals you've set up, they now get a bonus at the end of the year into their retirement, and that retirement's going to gain money, etc., etc. Even if you don't want a 401k, setting up a bonus system at the end of the year. Don't just give out end of year $100, $500, $1,000 bonuses. Go ahead and say, hey, if I'm going to give out a bonus, we've got to meet these metrics, because now you're giving the employees a buy-in where their performance and how they work with you, that ends up affecting how they get paid at the end of the year. So they can get more money, whether it be through retirement or whether it be through a bonus, by helping you to meet the goals that you set. Anytime you can set a buy-in up for employees where their participation, their knowledge, their actions result in them getting something, is always the best way to do something. But you need to make sure that you are not just providing that buy-in, but you're educating on that buy-in. You're letting them know, hey, yes, I've got this buy-in, I've got this, that, the other thing, etc., going on, but this is why it benefits you. A big thing that I see whenever companies give benefits is they just say, hey, we've got a medical plan, we've got a 401k, we've got life insurance, we've got cell phone benefits, we've got whatever it may be, insert blank benefit wise. You've got this, but you're not helping the employees understand the benefits of those. So the employees are just like, oh, well, I don't need that, or I'm not going to take advantage of it, and they're losing money. It's saving you money, obviously, but they're losing money by not taking advantage of it, and ultimately they're not setting themselves up for a future success, because if they had a medical issue, it's coming out of their pocket and they're not prepared, and then they don't have the money, and so now the issue comes down to, I need more money. So now they're either going to come to you for more money, or they're going to look elsewhere for more money. Whereas if you're providing medical insurance, there's an assistance when that occurs. If you are providing retirement, there's an assistance for as they get older. If you're offering assistance with short-term disability insurance or long-term disability insurance or hospitalization insurance, or insert whatever blank you want in there, you are giving them a benefit that if they understand, it can help them long-term with everything. So ultimately, the best way to retain people is be open, be honest, and give them some type of buy-in into your company. That doesn't mean they need ownership. That doesn't mean they need anything like that. But you've got to come up with a way that they are tied to you for one reason or another. Employees are the backbone of most businesses, so making sure that you take care of them is vital for your financial health with your business. Upset employees, bad employees, poorly performing employees, they're going to hinder your growth and your success in your business. But there's many other ways in your business that you can hinder your financial growth. That's what we like to do here at Waterford Business Solutions. That's why we have this channel, is to help educate you and help you better understand what you can and can't do, ways to better your business, ways to grow your business. So subscribe to our channel here, like this video, turn on notifications, share this video with anyone that you think can use it. Help get this video out to anyone and everyone who might be able to use this information. And if you need help with setting up some financial plans or understanding if you can afford doing some of these benefits, we do this with clients all the time. Give us a call today at 864-351-0852, or shoot us an email at info@waterfordbusinesssolutions, and we'd be happy to help you and your business.